Today we were talking about our problem is the skill gap between employer's expectation and accounting graduate performance. And my name is Rafael Robert. This is Ivy Chong Xiao Ying, Chang Haiwan, and Ku Siti. Now I will pass it to Ivy. She will talk more about the literature review and summary.
In this assignment, we summarize the causes, impact, and recommendation of skill gaps between fresh graduate and accountant professionals. Next. According to SIPO 2015, the result revealed that there is a significant gap between fresh graduate and there is a significant gap between the accounting skills demonstrated and the required 9 skills under professional accounting skills, which are written communication, reporting skills, analytical thinking, and communication skills. Besides that, the largest gap on the top prioritized attribute between graduates and employers is found to be 5 levels different in critical thinking and problem solving skills, on the ability to keep going and give full attention on the task given. Next. The students lack international perspective and industry perspective. The accountant professionals expect the accounting graduates to have skills for corporate accounting, but they don't have them because they didn't learn them in school and public accounting. The students also lack of decision-making skills because many universities and colleges in Lebanon focus on routine accounting. Fresh graduates also feel they are unprepared. The decision-making skills, they're rating them for second lowest. The Bui and Porter 2010 found that the accounting graduates were lacking in writing skills, in gaining knowledge in critical situations, and in understanding the requirements of work of a member of a team in the accounting profession. So I will pass to Kusmiti to talk about.
Sorry. Okay, thank you, Ivy. She mentioned about just now was the literature review on the problem, which is the employer's expectation and the accounting graduate profession. And now we're talking more in details about the causes on why there is a skill gap is happening between the employer's expectation and the accounting profession. Now we all have to go to the basic of the main group, which is what we all go to the accounting education. As we all know, all of us here we have a little bit of background about accounting. Either we study it at school or maybe not at school, but when we go to university, maybe suddenly we thought of going to be an accounting. And there is also a causes because if we have to see in terms of the education. The education nowadays may go aligned with what we are going to do when we are going to work. The education will be slightly different from what we are doing and what we are expected to do when we go into work. And this said that the differences in the teaching about the role of accounting. The role of accounting is like we have our own roles as an accountant to do what role that we are supposed to do. But employers sometimes expect more from us. Employers expect us to do a little bit more rather than like decision making, all of that, like the SOP. Employer will always expect more from an accountant. And it has said that, like this also mentioned that accounting students are not being provided with the real life experience in their education. When accounting graduates are not being provided with the real life experience, they will maybe lose out when they go to the job, when they apply for the job. And when there is no real life work experience, maybe they will be jobless for like a few years until they have the right working experience that they need to able to apply for the job. Now the next causes is I want to talk about is the changes in the business environment. Okay, now I want to say changes in business environment. Nowadays, everything is evolving very fast. If something is happening very fast and we are not able to adapt to it, we may lose behind just like that. It's a very fast fast trend is happening nowadays. And globalization is also happening in accounting industry. We may not know it, but accounting industry are also facing some of the globalization that is happening. Globalization is like a strong international influence to a company where there will be a changes from how the accounting industry. And Islam 2017 has stated that the changes in the globalization may appear challenging in for anyone in the accounting profession. What I want to say is that because of the changes in the business environment, so accounting profession may face a little bit of a challenge when they want to find a job. When there is a changes in the business environment, the accounting graduate also need to change to the business, need to adapt to any changes in the business environment because of the globalization in the accounting industry. Now we're talking about the changes. When there is a changes in the business environment, there also will be changes in the role of accounting profession. When there is a changes in the role of accounting profession, accounting profession, like I said, my first in the education, what they are lack of some of the skills. When there is a changes in the accounting profession because of the changes in the business environment, accounting profession are expected to have a little bit more of skills rather than decision making skills or analytical thinking, analytical analysis skills. All of that skills maybe become obsolete because they can always use what this is technology. And what employers are expected from accounting is that they also want a communication skills and technology skills. Then according to Dishman, stated that the communication skills and technology skills are lacking in the new graduate. What I want to say is that most of our accounting are not able to have a good communication skills, and when they have no communication skills, employers expect them not be able to make any sort of communication with their peers or their workmates or their teammates when they're doing a project. And when there is a no technology skills, they might not know what is the software they are doing. They are expected that someone else will be doing for that. But when you have those two, it may be a plus for you, and the employers will expect more for you. So now I will pass the impacts to Kaiwan.
And now I will be focused on the impacts, and here are the impacts which I got 4 points, but actually there are more. The first of the impacts is the company financial performance is affected. Graduates will be unemployed. Graduates having a hard time adjusting to the job, and also the trust issues towards accountants increase. Next, to be talked about more further, the company's financial performance is affected is due to the slowdown in productivity due to inefficient budget control. I think the main reason is because the undergraduate they don't really understand what they're studying, but they're just focused on their exam, so they cannot really apply their knowledge well. So next will be graduates will be unemployed because maybe they may not possess necessary skills for the job description. Because actually employer is expect more than an accountant. If you are already graduate, they think that you already know how to do all the accountants. They are not that you are a problem but a solution. So I think they will feel like disappointed to accountant. So now accountant maybe will be unemployed. Next. Graduates will find hard time to adjusting to the job because they need time to adapt because different company may have different business model. This is because we undergraduate we only learn from the job per half everything, for example like this. So we will need to understand how to do it in one system only. But in the real life there is a lot of another business model that we need to apply our knowledge to make it up. So this is the main reason that they feel very difficult to find to adapt another new job, everything like that. So all of this reason they will make the trust towards the accountants reduce. They will don't really trust our accountants because accountants still need more training for all the company. And next I will pass it to Cindy to talk more about the recommendation.
As as we have explained, as there is increasing pressure placed on universities and colleges to bridge the gap between accounting education and accountants' expectation, more integrated learning should be incorporated into accounting education. On the first stage, universities and colleges plays a significant role in bridging the gap. For example, universities should invite professional bodies such as ACCA, MIA, or CPA, or major audit firm, professional individual to organize career talk. In the career talk, they will provide self-assessment tests or aptitude tests for students to evaluate their strengths and weaknesses, so students will know what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, what they should improve. And in the career talk forum or talk regarding current accounting issue, it provides students an in-depth understanding on how the profession works, the opportunities it has, and the challenges it may face in the future. So students will know what are the necessary skills they should develop and improve so they could perform their job effectively and to gain competitive advantage in the job market. Besides that, universities or colleges should encourage and invite practitioner or guest speakers to provide lectures so they can bring practical experience and industry knowledge to classroom to ensure that students will know what are the necessary skills they lack of and to improve them so that they can adapt to the new changing accounting field. Next. On the second stage, universities should empower their lecturer because the lecturer plays a substantial role in guiding students on how to apply their technical knowledge to practice. So students will know what skills they should develop to use their skill in the practice and learn to apply their knowledge. Accounting computer simulation provides students a virtual on-job situation. They will perform audit from the beginning till the end. They will know the steps to perform audit. They will know why they perform the audit and ensure that there is a flow. They will also build critical thinking skill as they analyze the information and solve problems. It builds their confidence because students will not get panicked when they receive their first audit job when they enter the job market in audit firm. Besides that, in case study, students will encounter real accounting issue, so they will learn to analyze the information given in the case study and develop solutions by doing in-depth research and also learn to do professional judgment with the guidance of lecturer. For example, True Blood case study is a challenging case study developed by experienced accountant. In Deloitte, they will provide case studies involve gray areas of accounting and auditing. On the third stage, it requires great collaboration between universities and accounting firm employers. For example, students can participate in internship. In internship, there are many problems. Some students finding internship is very effective. Some students may find it not effective because of the environment and the technology available in the audit firm. However, to curb this issue, we should university should provide reflection-based assessment so students know why they're doing their job and how to learn from the mistakes and learn the impact of their job towards themselves and towards others, so they know what they are doing and develop the necessary skill what they are learning from the job. Instead of doing the job without knowing what's the purpose, they don't learn nothing. And students will also learn self-management where they prioritize their tasks based on complexity of the task and urgency of the task. They have to manage their time effectively to meet deadlines. Besides that, students also build communication skill as they communicate effectively with manager, clients, and colleagues. For example, interns may have to explain to clients regarding the company's financial performance. So when required, as the clients may find it useful, and besides that, formal assessment system is a collaboration between universities and employers because the employer has to know what are the skills the students have and how they can evaluate the progress of the students instead of just student entering the auditing firm and accounting firm and not knowing what are the skills that the accounting graduates have and they can improve the skills. And besides that, university should involve students in capstone project. For example, a capstone project is where students approach a small business and perform management accounting. For example, they will do financial management and how the cost of improving the management accounting system, and they will also do forecast industry. So students will learn teamwork, to group interaction, and they will also learn critical thinking skill as they analyze the company's financial performance, the management system, how it works, and develop solutions to solve the problem. And you also learn to apply their technical knowledge to practice through the assignment. And followed on, Ivy will conclude our presentation.
So in the conclusion, most of the universities has taken initiative to change the education system to bridge the gap. With the greater number accountants with necessary skills, it increased the competition in the workplace. Accounting graduates who fail to develop the necessary skills will remain unemployed. That's all for our selection.
Any questions for
Questions?
continue? Any questions for our friends? No question. I have a question. Okay, can you go to literature review number 2? Yeah, this one. Can you elaborate further on lack international perspective and industry perspective? What perspective is lacking?
So do we have time to discuss for a week?
Do we have time?
Seconds perhaps.
No, okay. Okay. What do you think is the other perspective which is missing? Anybody can answer.
Lack of international perspective means that an accountant may, for example, in Malaysia, we have our own regulation, accounting regulation, and when they go to overseas, they have different culture. Accounting firms have different culture and different accounting regulation. So students in Malaysia may not be able to adapt in different country. For example, if you take SCCA, they will develop this kind of skills and maybe improve your knowledge throughout international perspective to make you gain knowledge on what you should be aware of their culture and how you can immediately adapt to their culture and environment. And industry perspective means that students do not have the mindset of knowing what are the current development of the accounting field. As we always study on textbook and all that lecture, and we don't know anything about the corporate world, what is happening, and the accounting news we don't really catch up. So this is the skill that we should develop, because when we get out of the real world, it's everything on practice, and we have to use our common knowledge and general knowledge to do the things. And we cannot just use our technical skill, it's not enough.
Okay. So since like that, right, that is my second question. So how do you ensure that beginning accountants that these beginning accountants be able to cope with this globalization challenges? A lot of it is globalization. How do you cope with it?
I think how to cope with the globalization is maybe in terms of education. Maybe we need to adapt to, like, if our education is based on the Malaysian type, maybe we need to follow the international type, and maybe this will give more opportunities to our students, and we'll be able to go to the outside world and also already have this kind of skill in the international, not like in the for Malaysians type is we only can work at the Malaysian, but when we have like an international perspective, we maybe will be able to work outside of our region, like Malaysia, maybe in Singapore or maybe in British. We need to have this international perspective kind of mindset.
Okay. So this mindset requires to be inculcated in the college.
And moreover, maybe you can take internship in foreign country, not afraid to take chances, as all universities are providing internships. So take chances and go overseas and go to any countries take the accreditation academic result.
Or maybe I want to add to that, it's an exchange student program, something like maybe like if in Malaysia they can like make an exchange student program with the British one. So the student when they go to the British one, they are exposed to that kind of accounting standards over them, and when they come back they have more knowledge about from the British side about the regulation and how the accounting are doing in the British
So the key word here is exposure.
exposures.
A lot of exposure where
Yes.
you are
Yes.
studying
Yes.
as much as possible so that you are able to meet up with international challenges. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. Very good. Can I have the next